Biometric Stadium in Lamarque, Cougs Sportsnet proudly presents to you Homecoming 2017 as your Lamarque Cougars hit the field against the Panthers of Anahuac High School. Brandon Williams alongside Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr. Guys, we had an interesting game last week, a game that you kind of expected the Cougars should win handily. Instead, it ended up going into the fourth quarter, but in the end, though, guys, big evening for Perry Preston as the Cougars prevailed 33-22 in the district opener.
Yep, it was a situation, we talked about it a lot last week, where the Cougars kind of like played down to their level of competition. We're setting everybody up on alert. That's not something they're going to be able to do continually, and it may have to start tonight. This Anahuac team is coming in with a 3-2 record. They lost last week to a stout Hitchcock team, 12-8, but it's a team that's going to play up to Lamarque, and if Lamarque plays down to them, it could be an issue tonight.
Well, I'm going to bring up one of the things we don't talk about too much, and that's the elements, Mother Nature. I'm going to zoom up there to the flags in the north end of the end zone, and they're whipping pretty briskly. So tonight, there might be a lot more running than there is passing. I know Lamarque is trying to balance out between the pass and the run game, but Brandon mentioned about Mr. Perry Preston. He's got to have another big night tonight because I think the passing game is going to be limited.
Between he and Norvon Saldana, they produced 27 yards on the ground last week. You're going to have to hope to get another opportunity to do that. After the national anthem and the coin toss, we will get it underway. Homecoming 2017. It is your Cougars taking on the Panthers of Anahuac. Coug Sportsnet will be right back.
Well, I tell you what, guys, I'll start it off. I've got a little bit of tears in my eyes. And the young lady that was singing the national anthem, unfortunately, the microphone cut off right in the middle as she was doing it solo. But the rest of the crowd stepped up, and, oh, my gosh, talk about emotional.
And, I mean, my headphones were down. I couldn't hear the crowd mic, but I could still hear the crowd.
Yep.
It's a beautiful sight to see, to see the fans picking up, not only for that young girl, but picking up, and standing proud for our national anthem. And it's a beautiful thing. We'll get to football moments away from kickoff. We've got our captains for Lamarque, number 7, Miles Lonius, number 11, I got a brain. That would be Jalen Bishop. Jalen Bishop, sorry about that one.
Yeah.
Jalen Bishop, number 11. Number 50 is Pedro Rubio. Number 99, of course, Marlon Ford.
Marlon Ford has got someone with him, and I'm going to zoom in to the back of the jersey. And your name is what it says. But Marlon Ford escorting her out to the middle of the field. I'm sure there's some something that's related to that, Brandon.
Sounds like she's a third grader that's in the TCISD system as a big Cougar fan.
And she's going to toss the coin.
She did. Wow. Backwards lateral, but she got the job done.
Yeah, she's saying, did I do okay?
Yes, you did, young lady. Yes, you did. Yes, she did.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I mentioned at the opening comments that the breeze is pretty strong. I think the wind took the coin.
Yeah, that's right. That is a good case. That you might be right.
Oh.
Did we get captains out of all that?
Let's see. We did get captains. I don't know. We got the captains for Anahuac.
I've got those. We've got Keyshawn Whittington. We've got number 6, Josh Hopkins. We've got number 23, Christopher Moulton, and number 51, Brandon Hoskins.
Sorry about that, Lewis. Kind of stepped on you, but I just want to make sure I recognize
cool.
that little girl out there. Look at her. She's kind of starstruck.
Look at her. She's excited.
She said, where do I go now?
Yeah, you get to the tee,
young lady. Oh, that's just classic. I love it.
It's great.
Yeah, she'll go home and tell Mom and Dad, guess what I did tonight? That's great.
Yeah, she's got a big night, to share with her student, with her friends on Monday.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
Second district game of the season. We will be on the road next week with East Chambers, and that, guys, is a team that when we started talking football with the district coaches, I talked with Mike Jackson, I talked with Craig Smith out in Hitchcock. The one thing they had in common was the fact that East Chambers was the team that worried them most this season.
Yeah, we'll be headed out that way next week, out to the big city of Winnie.
Yes, out to Winnie.
That's it.
East Chambers started their season a resounding win over Hempstead. The Hempstead team that a lot of people think can compete for district championship.
And we end up the season here, home game against Hempstead. Is that correct?
Yes, will be our home finale in 2 weeks, and that will be when the 1997 state championship team comes together for the 20th anniversary.
That's right. And I did had a conversation, Coach Alan Waddell. He was in his 7th season, that 1997, and he has guaranteed me he will be here.
Oh, that is always wonderful that we can get Alan Waddell here. Such a great man on and off the field. I think we can all say we're just privileged to have to say that we can call Alan Waddell a friend.
That's it.
Set to kick off for the Cougars is number 50, Pedro Rubio, back deep for the Panthers. Number 3, Keyshawn Whittington. And looks like number 6, that's going to be Josh Hoskins.
And over here to the near side, you've got number 2.
Number 2, yep, that is going to be Corinthians Hill, but it's going to be Hoskins with the ball to the 20, 25, and that's where he's going to be stopped. That forward momentum was stopped immediately by number 21, Jeremiah Taylor. That's a name we're starting to hear a little bit more
of.
We
did.
With each passing week.
Oh, and it was a good classic wrap-up tackle. It wasn't just one of those hit him with your shoulder pads type.
Take a quick look at that Lamarck defense. Number 17, Jerry Evans at left end. Joel Sumlin, number 14 at defensive tackle. Marlon Ford, 99 at nose tackle. Gene G, the 4th, number 72 at defensive end. Your linebackers are number 17, Jayden Bishop, and number 44, Justin Murray. Will get the secondary momentarily. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line is where the Panthers will start the ball. And it looks like number 3, that's their quarterback, and it will be Keyshawn Whittington. He does a little bit of everything. And it will be a dot play that's not going to get much, as the runner looks like that was number, see the last guy coming out of the pile, looks like number 2.
Ford and Sumlin in on the first stop.
So the rest of the defense, number 24, Shandon Simon Pete, actually out, for another game. Hopefully he can get back in. Jalen Walker, number 6 at weak safety. Free safety is Trey Dervia Saldana. Corners are Kavis Simeon and Cam Henderson. So on a 2nd down and 8, quick pass is going to be incomplete.
That was tipped, I believe.
Looked like it was.
Yep.
Well, guys, let's hope that Mother Nature is treating us nice tonight. I know we got a brisk wind. Also, I drove through a little bit of a mist coming over to the stadium. Let's hope that the rain is done for the night.
Forecast said that the rain would be, that we would have a clear game. We're going to cross our fingers and hope that's the case. 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Panthers at the 27-yard line. It'll be a draw play that will not get much as the Cougar defense swarming to the ball carrier. He probably got to around the 30 before a host of Cougars swarmed in on Hill. Probably out at 2, maybe 3 on that play, but a 4th down and a 3 and out for the Cougars, as they will have number 3, Joey White, lined up at around his own 39-yard line. Whittington, like I said, he does a little bit of everything. He's also a punter.
Well, let's make sure that he also doesn't want to attempt to run here, catch the Cougs off guard here early in this game.
Whittington punts it, gets a nice punt that's going to get a nice bounce.
All the way back to the 25-yard line.
Inside
and then
the 15,
rolled.
gets down to the 10. So he is going to get credit for a 59-yard punch.
You don't hear about that too often in high school football.
No, nice bounce, and the Cougar offense starting in not favorable field position, but as we've seen over the past 3 weeks, these guys have been able to solve that pretty quick.
Yeah, we've had, over the course of the last 2 weeks, we've had drives of 94 last week, and then the week before that, I think there was a 96-yard drive.
We saw last week we had a 3-play drive that went basically 89 yards. 67 of those on a Perry Preston run before Norval Saldana took it home. 1st and 10, 4 wide receiver set with Preston in the backfield, and it will be a handoff to Preston. And Preston's got room, and Preston is going to carry a couple of defenders past the 20. Should have enough for a 1st down.
Josh Hoskins in there to make the stop, wrapped
And
him up,
he
but
will-
not until he got that distance.
You got it. Let's take a look at that Cougar offense. Number 7, Miles Lonnius at quarterback. We mentioned Perry Preston. Number 4 at running back. Joey White, number 3, is one of your receivers. Also, number 33, that's going to be Christian Franklin. Devin Smith, the number 22, also in the fray, along with number 10, Cordell Stewart. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Lonnius will get the ball to Preston, and Preston's got room. He'll get inside the 30, cuts it back, still dragging the fender, still spinning, gets to around the 42-yard line. So a gain of 21 yards, huge holes for Perry Preston on those first two runs. Let's take a look at why that's so. The offensive line, number 78, James Lofton. Number 55, Malik Holmes. Pedro Rubio in the middle, number 50. Number 58, Herschel Wafer. And number 53, Dario Saldana.
Going hurry-up offense are the Cougars.
1st and 10 at the 42. Again, it'll be Preston. And Preston cuts back midfield. Still going, dragging the finish to around the 46-yard line. So Perry Preston, an impressive first 3 runs. That's a gain of 12 for Preston.
I've got him at about 45 yards already, guys.
He is indeed at 44.
Yep.
44, so you're not too far off on that one. That's DeMarcus Nelson, number 34, lined up in the slot. He is next to Joey White. So it'll be a handoff again to Preston. And Preston's going to spin past the defender. Tries to cut back. It'll be stopped. Good open field tackle by Whittington. And like I said, he does a little bit of everything. And he will stop Preston for a gain of about 4.
6.
Actually 6. Take that. So 6 yards. That's his shortest run thus far.
Man, the middle of that offensive line, guys, is just blowing open a hole. Looks like a valley.
2nd down and 4 at the 40-yard line. Free
Well,
play.
there you
Lonnius
go.
drops back, looks, throws, and that ball is going to be tipped up and incomplete. Threw it in the direction of Joey White. Robert Goudeau, number 4, with the deflection, but that is going to be an encroachment. And Lyles Lonnius is perfected
Got
the
number
craft on
1
that
so far this game.
Yep. How many did we have? 6 last
Yeah,
week?
6 last week. He's put up 12 or 12 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's well over 25, I think, on the season.
Yeah, he has put up a tremendous number, so an encroachment is going to give the Cougars a 1st down.
So it's not too often a quarterback can pick up over 100 yards of offense just with his vocal cadence.
That is a gift. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Again, 4 wide receivers set. Lonnius wastes the snap, will hand the ball to Preston, and this time the
for the
Panthers
first
were
time.
waiting on that one.
Yep. It's number 51 for the Panthers is Brandon Hoskins, one of the captains, and he was joined in there that time by number 3, or Whittington again. Yeah.
So a loss of 3 as the Panthers smelled that one. So Cougars have to shake the playbook up a little bit. 4-man front.
Yeah, that was 5 straight.
5-man front. Quick pass is going to be caught by White. White's got some room, cuts it back. Good
Oh.
open field tackle.
Yes, it was, because he
number
had
50,
daylight
yep.
in front of him.
Number 50, that would be Cole Edwards. Made a real nice open field tackle.
Gives the ball to the 37-yard line, so he'll pick up 6 on that play.
4 down territory, guys.
Indeed, 3rd down and 7 for the Cougars. Lonnius drops back, swings it again. That's going to be to Nelson. Cuts past one defender, shakes another one. Still going before he's stopped down at around the 21-yard line. Jamarcus Nelson, the freshman, he scored 2 touchdowns in a loss to North Forest. First time we see him in a couple of weeks. He is back with for his first catch of the night and a 1st down for the Cougars.
What a good move, Lewis.
That was a pretty move. 2 of them actually. Made that first cut, and then a little bit further down was able to peel in again, gain a couple more yards.
15 yards on the catch and run by Nelson. And it'll be Lonnius calling his own number, and Lonnius cuts back. Lonnius powers his way to around the 16-yard line, so a gain of 4 for Miles Lonnius. He used that play last week, and if you can hear that in the crowd, that is going to be a proud mother, Carrie Lonnius.
Yeah, I think so.
You recognize that? Yeah, that's a mama yell, that's for sure.
He used that play last week and got a 10-yard touchdown.
And several other nice carries to boot.
He has become more of a runner this season. 2nd down and 6. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Ball at the 16-yard line. It'll be Lonnie. Steps back, quick pass to White. Cuts back, and White stopped it around the 10-yard line. It's the second time he's come close to breaking it, but good open field work by the Panthers, saving the touchdown.
Well, but I tell you, number 78, guys, for Lamarck, got out there in a hurry, and he was actually had a good block going, but like you said, the defender made a very good tackle.
3rd down and 1, a stoppage of play.
It's a short one. Yeah, they may actually measure on that one. I don't know.
Looks like they might consider it.
I think one of the coaches over here on the sideline might be making the request.
6:22 to go in the first quarter. Like you mentioned, Mike, it is a brisk night. You know, easily the coolest night of the season thus far.
Yep.
We will await the decision on that. You know, I'm sure the Cougar offense, it doesn't appreciate the stall because they have been cooking.
And they will take a measurement.
They will indeed. Looks like he is short. It looks like he's going to be. No, actually, they're not even doing that. They're saying first down. They're giving it to him.
Wow.
So you've got a 1st and 10.
Well, okay. Yep, there you go.
Yep.
First down.
And you can actually pick up a first down, it looks like, guys.
Yeah, if they can get it just inside the 1-yard line.
Good for another Cougar. First down.
So unofficially a 1st and goal, but, it's a 1st and 10. Just inside the 10-yard line.
Or just outside, yeah.
Just outside. Lanius with the snap. Gives it to Preston, and Preston is going to be stopped. And right now you're looking, if you look at it, Lewis, it looks like that Anahuac defense is just selling out for the run.
They are. And you really can't blame them because that's where we've been picking up most of our yardage. It's either going to be that run or that sidelines pass.
They've actually, I think, made some adjustments on that interior defensive line, guys. Because he was gashing them there for the first 3 or 4 plays.
That's a huge loss as he is stopped at the 18-yard line. So 2nd down, 5:39 to go first quarter. Lanius will move Preston over just a bit.
Play clock down to 4, 3.
And get that one off, and they're not. Coach Jackson's going to take the timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:25 to go first quarter. Scoreless homecoming 2017. Coug Sports Net will be right back. After the timeout, the Cougars first. It is a 2nd down and long. I'll call it a 2nd and 16 at the 17-yard line of Anahuac. 5:25 to go first quarter. Cougs opening drive. 4 wide receiver set. Stewart and Devin Smith are lined up to the far side. The near side, you've got Jamarcus Nelson, 34, and Joey White, number 3. Lanius drops back, steps, looks up, downfield. That's a man incomplete. Was looking in the direction of White, something just a bit too high.
We actually had a crossing pattern going there, guys.
Yes, that was. Wow, you're right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that
thrown a little behind him, though, I think, wasn't it?
It was a little bit behind him, and the delivery was just a little bit slow. Allowed that defender to actually make a break to the front side of the receiver.
So 3rd down and 16 coming up. Again, 4 receivers set.
Watch that guy on the outside on the defense. He's got a blitz going.
And
that's what
flag down. I'll see it. So false start is going to push the Cougars back. So a promising drive is showing signs of stalling.
Yeah, made it all the way down to the 11-yard line, but now they've been backing up, and that now is going to bring us out to what, about the 22?
Yes, makes it a 3rd down and 21 with 5:17 to go in the first quarter.
Now, do you pass or you run here?
I would figure that you throw the ball.
I think you're going to have to. You're in 4-down territory, so you only need to get about half of it back.
Well, but on your 4th down, you're going to try to kick a field goal if you get enough yardage here.
Lanius drops back, swings the ball out, and it's going to be Smith. Smith cuts back, cuts to the middle of the field. Smith's going to outrun everybody. Touchdown!
Just like
sir.
Devin Smith. 22-yard catch and run.
And it was a slant pattern, guys. No, it wasn't. No. It was out in the flat out there.
But he cut it in the flat, and you put your speed burners in the slot, and those guys contributed. Devin Smith with a 22-yard touchdown catch to make it 6-0 with 5:04 to go here in the first quarter.
And that's what winning teams do. When they're faced with a little bit of adversity, you still try to figure out how to come out with points.
Pedro Rubio to attempt the extra point. Joey White is your holder. 22 for 22. You can live with that. Wait for the snap. High snap, and Rubio partially blocked.
Yep.
White wasn't able to get it down in time, allowed penetration, but nonetheless the Cougars get on the board. 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is Lamarque 6. Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go, first quarter. Lewis, give us the breakdown of that touchdown drive,
That was
sir.
a 12-play, 90-yard drive. Miles Lonius completed 4 of 5 passes for 46 yards, including 1 4-yard run. And Perry Preston rushed the ball 6 times for 40 yards.
All right, guys,
Tyrone
get him.
Wilson
There we
got
go.
past a couple of defenders before he is finally stopped out of bounds. Looks like they're going to spot him around the 34-yard line. So the Cougars cash it in. They did last week. It was a little quicker, but they cash in on this opening drive.
Panthers return up to the 35-yard line.
So first down, 10 to go, 4:54 to go in the first quarter.
Defense did a stellar job on that opening drive.
Yep, they limited them to 3 yards, and then 7 yards, and then a punt. And it was a booming punt.
3 wide receiver set out of the I formation. Number 21, Jaden Landry, is in the slot. Winnington under center will call his own number, and that is not going to be the best move he'll make tonight.
No, because the first thing he hit was,
Marlon Ford.
Mr. Ford.
and again, it was that wall.
The wall.
Yes.
The wall.
Yes, I don't know as to why, quarterback, why would you try a dive play?
Well, I guess they wanted to see if it
You
worked.
and I'm thinking that, you probably might want to throw that one
Yeah,
back.
that one's going to go ahead in the back of the playbook.
Put that. That's right.
So they'll give him officially 2 on the play, so second down and 8.
That was generous.
Very at the 36-yard line, and it will be a pitch.
Good block on their
Cut
part.
back and a first down. Nice run there by number 7, Tyrone Wilson.
Thought it was almost a chop block, but guess the referees didn't see it that way.
Wilson, sophomore running back, gets the ball to the 47-yard line, so a gain of 11 on that play.
A gain of 11 before Franklin was able to chase him down all the way over from this near side cornerback position.
We'll move Landry over to a tight end on first and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Winnington rolls out, has pressure, steps up, throws, ball incomplete. Intended for number 1, Terry Naribio.
But it was a well-designed play, though, guys.
Well-designed play it was.
It was, and almost tipped. That ball was almost tipped again as he had to throw it over the outstretched arms of Jalen Walker.
Good pressure in there by number 17, Jerry Evans. Was able to put some pressure in there as well. So a second down and 10 coming up for the Panthers. Not a team that scores a lot. They average just over 20 a game, but they have been competitive in each of their contests.
Referees have got the play stopped for a moment.
Yeah, they're putting some more time on the clock.
Oh, okay.
3:47 to go. Second down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Deep back is Wilson, number 7. And it will be to Wilson on a toss, and Wilson tries to turn the corner, and he is going to be dragged down.
Good
no
pursuit.
gain on
Yep,
that
no
play.
gain on that one at all.
Good pursuit. Looked like we had a linebacker shot the gap, guys.
Sumlin and 31 for the Cougars. That's going to be was that
Greg Evans. Greg Evans also in there, number 2, Tre'Davious Saldana. You can't miss him with the pink.
Yeah.
Yep.
As he got no gain on that play. Third down and 10 coming up for the Panthers.
Do they list the height of number 31 for Lamarque on our roster?
I don't know.
And
They
Greg Evans,
don't.
no, they do not.
He's got 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, he's a tall boy.
Shotgun set. They'll have a man in motion, and that ball goes deep in the backfield. Whittington rolling out, trying to find something in pursuit. Turns the corner.
He's got
a
open
big
field.
block. Cuts it back. Hurdles a defender. And that is probably one of the best gains of no gain that you will ever see on a high school football
I mean,
field.
I tell you, that was easily 21 yards forward.
I thought he was just going to fall on it, but that really surprised me when he picked it up on the bounce and kept running.
He picked that ball up all the way back at the 26-yard line.
He saved
And
them
still-
a ton of yards.
Yes, that could have been a serious disaster. That's a good point there, Lewis. Just getting back to the line of scrimmage gives them better field position to punt the ball. It could have been a lot worse, but Whittington did an outstanding job of salvaging a bad situation. He will punt, and Marlon Ford almost got in there. High punt that's going to be fair caught at
caught
the
it over his
25-yard
head.
line. He did. Good hand
Man,
by Joey
yes,
White.
sir.
All the way down at the 26-yard line.
All right.
Punt of 29 yards by Whittington.
And because of the high, I mean, it doesn't sound like it wasn't nearly as long as the last 50-yard punt that he had.
But the hang time.
Because of the height of that punt and the fact that his coverage team was able to get down, the result was actually a pretty good, positive result for Anahuac.
Exactly.
Oh, it is. So it's not always about the yardage. It's the ability to pin a team and keep their return unit from causing damage. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Cougars. Their second drive of the night. There again go 4 wide receiver set. Keep an eye on the slots because they have caused damage here in the opening drive. Lanius steps back, swings it out to Nelson, and Nelson, it's going to be Smith actually, and Smith will get about 2 yards on that play. Good pursuit there by the Panthers to keep Smith from cutting upfield. So they will give him 3.
Well, that's keeping that defense honest, guys, whenever they know that you're not going to just ground and pound it.
Yeah, exactly. 2nd down and 8 officially. They gave him 2 on that play. 2:15 to go, first quarter. Again, 4 receivers set. Lonnie's awaiting the snap, gets it, will hand it off to Preston, and Preston's going to cut past a couple of defenders. He'll try to turn the corner. He'll get the first down as he is stopped at around the 38-yard line.
Boy, you know, guys, he's running with a little bit more speed tonight. I know that over the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been kind of favoring either his ankle or his knee or something, but tonight he's running very fluidly.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot more burst out of him in his runs thus far. And as you mentioned, he's battled, cramps, ankle injuries. He's had some issues this season, despite the fact that, he's approaching a 3rd straight 1,000-yard campaign.
Exactly.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line, 1:46 to go. Again, it will be to Preston, and Preston's going to cut past a couple of defenders, past the 40 to around the 43-yard line. So a nice gain of 5 on that play. It'll make it 2nd down and 5.
Real
Take
nice
those
tackle
all
that.
night.
Yeah, real nice tackle that time by Terrian Nyarbo.
Yeah, Nyarbo, number 1. Another one up there, youngsters, sophomore linebacker. So 2nd and 5 as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the first quarter. 6-0 Lamarque. 22-yard touchdown pass. Miles Lanius to Devin Smith. Point after was blocked. So we'll see what the Cougars conjure up on a 2nd and 5. And it will be a handoff to Preston, and Preston's going to get past a couple of defenders. We'll get in the midfield.
About a yard short of the first down. Maybe 2.
Preston takes the ball up.
We'll give him 4, so he is just short.
1 yard to go for a first down for the Cougars.
3rd and 1. Would not be surprised you see Miles Lanius tuck himself behind Pedro Rubio and push forward.
Now, we've been seeing that pretty much all year long, and it's worked out well for him, but he's not coming up to the line. Oh, there he goes.
Is. He'll call his number. He'll find some room, and he will be close.
Whoa, I don't know.
It depends upon where they
They
make that spot.
turned him back.
Yeah, they did.
But his forward progress, I thought, was there, and I'm pretty much doing a
Yeah,
dead
this
straight
one on
line
this
with
near
that.
side lineman. Yeah, the other one on the far side, he's sitting there was about another 2-3 feet further back. Yeah, I think he might, with this placement, I like the looks of that.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah, I
guys,
think he's got
looking at Anahuac's defense, they got a couple of big hosses up there in the middle of that.
They've got some size on the line. Looking at their roster, their biggest guy happens to be number 77, Alex Smith. He goes 6'3", 322 pounds.
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm looking at that big old package there in the front, and I said, yeah, that's going to be tough to run on that guy.
Yeah, you've got some size. Not a big roster, as you would expect in a 3A. Just 31 players.
That's it. He got it linked.
By half length of
That's
football.
it.
He did.
Well, anyway, with that being said, Lamarque's offensive line so far, we've churned, over 60 yards on the ground tonight in this first quarter?
Yes. 28 seconds to go in the first.
Yeah, 46 on the first drive, and we're already looking at, 17, 18, 19 here.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're looking at about 65 yards.
1st and 10, Cougars. Spotted at their own 48-yard line, 18 seconds left. They should have time. They don't have time to run a play. Play clock is just a second behind. Lanius, deep snap, hands it off to Preston. Preston's going to carry a couple of defenders past midfield to around the 47-yard line on this, the last play of the first quarter. Cougars have looked dominant on the offensive side of the field. The defense has been stout thus far as well. 1 quarter in the books here at Etheridge Stadium. It is Lamarck 6, Anahuac nothing. Homecoming 2017. Coug Sports Net. We'll be right back. Started the second quarter. Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, and Lewis Perrin Jr. here. Etheridge Stadium is its homecoming 2017. Cougs up 6-0, driving with a 2nd down and 5. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line of Anahuac. 4 wide receivers set. Lanius drops back, quick screen out to Smith, and Smith evades 1 defender, tries to cut it back, finds some room, cuts it back, still going before he's finally out of bounds.
Ooh, and he had somebody. He was out of bounds for the fumble?
Yes.
They're spotting it back there where the fumble was recovered.
Devin Smith.
He made something out of nothing. Got 2 good blocks. Miles Lanius was in there.
Lanius is right. That's the one I saw.
Yeah, he turned around and he said, okay, we're going this way. I'm going to make a way for you.
Springs forward, ends up getting to the 41, so he got 6.
We know he can run, guys.
that we can see. Yeah, he can move.
Well, he actually had closer to 11. That fumble knocked that ball back a good 5 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Miles Lonnie is 5 of 6 passing thus far. With the shotgun, high snap. It'll be Preston. Preston's got room. Preston cuts it back. Preston inside the 25 to around the 22-yard line. Perry Preston with a gain of 19, and for a young man who ran for 230 last week, looks like he might be on a pace to try to do that again this week.
And if Christopher Mouton hadn't been back there to make that stop when he did, he'd still be running.
1st and 10, they'll go up tempo at the 21-yard line. 11-10 to go, first half. Cougs threatening. It'll be a handoff to Preston. Preston will be stopped this time as he dives into a scrum of Panther defenders. He'll be stopped, no gain on that play.
Perry Preston on the carry up near the 20.
So 2nd down.
Gain of 2 is going to bring up 2nd down.
They'll actually give him 1 on that play. So it should be 2nd down and 9. At the 20-yard line. 10:42 to go, first half. 4 wide receivers set. Lanius waits that free play, snaps it back, swings it out to Smith, and all can hold on to it. But it should be.
I don't see a flag.
Nope. Well, they're saying no flag, so.
Everybody kind of just stopped.
Everyone thought it was going to be a flag.
Yep.
So it ends up being an incompletion. So a 3rd down and 9 coming up. Jerry Evans, number 17, number 14, Joel Sumlin, also coming into the game as well.
That's a big boy package.
Let's see what offensive coordinator John Lanius has in store here. Has White and Smith lined up outside, and this is going to be a flag.
Delay
a
game.
False start.
Oh, false start. Okay.
Going to take the Cougars back. We'll see as to whether or not that's going to change things up. So 2nd penalty on the night for the Lamarck offense. So we'll take them back 5 yards. So it's a 3rd down now and 13 situation with 10 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, Lamarck is in 4-down territory. A little bit long on the field goal for Pedro Rubio.
He'd be kicking into the wind as well.
Also, correct.
Evans is the H-back. And it'll be a handoff to Preston. And Preston's not going to get much of anything. Not sure what the idea was on that one, as it's going to end up being a 4th down, and they will definitely keep the unit on the field. So Preston probably got about one
yeah.
on that play. So 4th and 12 on the play. 10:04 to go, first half. Lonnie is awaiting the snap, drops back, steps, throws downfield, looking, and it's going to be incomplete. Was looking for White. Good coverage by number 3, Keyshawn Whittington. Like I said, he does a little bit of everything. And you also had in there number 7, and that was number 7, Tyrone Wilson. So, both your quarterback and your running back doing a good job as DBs.
Yep.
Just a big stand for Anahuac to keep the Cougars out of the end zone. The penalty on the 3rd down definitely hurt, as the Panthers will get the ball back at their own 25 with 9:56 to go in the first half.
So what Whittington is going to do now as he sets up a shotgun.
Dive formation.
Yep.
And it'll be a dive play. Actually, it'll be a toss to Wilson, and Wilson spinning. Wilson got close to a first down. Fooled the Cougars
that one
on the
had
dive.
everybody fooled. It had us fooled. It had the Cougars fooled. As Whittington hung on to that ball, tucked it under real nicely like we're going to have a handoff, hung on to it, and then just did a quick little 2 or 3 yard lob pass.
Wilson, a nice run. He ends up getting 9 on that play. So it's 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers at their own 34-yard line. Fullback is number 16, Dakota Monto. High formation, 2 tight ends set. There will be a handoff to Wilson, and Wilson's going to giggle for a first down. Turf Monster grabbed him, but he did get enough for the first and move the chains. They will spot him looks like they'll spot him at the 39, so a gain of 5 for Wilson and a first down for the Panthers.
Even though Lamarque was, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lewis.
Very unbalanced line whenever they came up to that approach, just 2 men on the other side of that center.
But I was going to say is Lamarque dominated that first quarter, but with not capitalizing on that previous drive. Anahuac is in this ball game, but the defense doesn't buckle down here early.
Yeah, you've given this offense a little bit of confidence in a Panthers team that likes to keep the score low, giving them some hope, and it is going to be nothing there.
Ooh, he was carrying
Marlon Ford.
Boy, he carried that ball out there. It could have easily been popped out.
Marlon Ford literally devoured number 3.
And from behind, no less.
Yes,
We've talked about his speed and his field coverage. And again, he showed it there too, as he actually had to come up from behind and actually chase him down.
2nd down and 10. No gain on that one. Whittington again, their I formation set, 2 tight ends. 8-10 and counting here in the first half. Whittington under center. Will roll out, looks, tries to find room. He's just going to throw that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one wasn't quite what he was expecting when he turned around.
Ton of pressure as he was looking for number 8, Jarvis Perry.
And Jalen Walker was putting outstanding pressure on him up the inside.
As you mentioned, Mike, he rolled out thinking that he was going to see something completely different, and he saw 3 Cougars, including Walker. He had little choice but just to get that ball out and fight for another down. So 3rd down and 10 coming up. Whittington under center. Will toss it to Wilson, and Wilson's going to cut down. Good tackle there by Saldana. Tre'Davious Saldana went under and took Wilson's legs from him.
But that's going to be another 4th down. The Panthers were able to get a first down on that drive. I believe that was their first one, wasn't it?
It was only their second first down of the evening.
Yeah, they got one in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only their second first down of the evening. And again, it is going to be Whittington set the punt. Back deep for the Cougars. Joey White, number 3, is at the far side. Number 4, Perry Preston. He is at the 29. And that ball was nearly blocked. Preston wants this one at around the 18-yard line. Turns the corner. Cuts back. Flags are down. He's going to be down at around the 19-yard line. So good coverage again by the Panthers, and another good punt there by Whittington for a guy who's been doing a little bit of everything. He's got a ton of energy to kick the ball pretty well.
Let's see what the call is on the penalty. Penalty flag at about the 26-yard line.
be. 7:11 to go first half.
Block in the back.
Back, yep.
10 yards on the penalty, and that is going to drag the Cougars back to the, looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 16?
15?
16-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars at their own 16. 7 minutes, 11 seconds to go, first half. Again, they'll go into 4 wide receiver set. As Preston, with the exception of a couple of runs from Lanius, he's been the guy. I have not seen Norvon Saldana yet. Lanius in shotgun tries to go forward. Snap kind of threw him off a bit, and that allowed that Anahuac defense to come in and keep that to a minimal gain of any. Actually, he ended up losing a yard on that one.
Got to pick up plenty of positive yards on this, guys, because I've noticed that whenever they hardly have any gain at all on the first down, it tends to stall the drive early.
Yeah, I mean, a team that, you're looking to try to establish a passing game, but when you're built on the run, 2nd and 9 is just not what you want. Lonnie is rolling out, has pressure, steps up, throws. That's a man wide open, and that's going to be White. Cuts back. We'll get a first down on a little bit more as he is going to be stopped at around the 31-yard line.
Boy, and he was out there in no man's land. He didn't have anybody covering him within about 3 or 4 yards.
He did not. Nice catch by White, and a first down for the Cougars ends up being a gain of 16.
It's good for another Cougar.
So the Cougars moving the ball well in the air thus far.
I think we've had 2 incomplete passes.
Yep. So Norvon Saldana gets his first look at the night.
And he's going to be real obvious out there in pink, just like his brother.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And it will be Lania swings it out to Smith. Smith looking to cut back. Does. 40, 45, midfield.
Bye-bye.
45, 40, forget it. 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Kevin Smith. 69-yard catch and run. He'll need to work on the touchdown celebration.
I was going to say, the only thing that knocked him down is his own teammate.
But nonetheless, 69-yard touchdown, guys. By the time he got to around the Lamarck 45, it was just academic.
Yep,
it was all over.
Yep. Hand right was on the wall. And guys, as I noticed, following him down that sideline, I noticed I didn't think that referee had that long a hair. We've got us a young lady that's refereeing the ball game tonight, guys.
Oh, did not know that.
Yes, we do. She's in the back right corner of the end zone over here.
Yes, I do see her.
Yeah. I was saying, wow, that referee's got long hair. Then I realized, that's no man.
It's a lady.
So there we go. That's good.
Cougars indeed. Cougars are going to take a second timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:01 to go first half. It's Lamarck 12. Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So the Cougars do decide to go for 2 here. As they'll try to make it a 14-0 game. Evans is your H-back with Norvon Saldana in the backfield. Stewart and Smith are the receivers lined up to either side. Lanius drops it, swings it. He's going to lob it in the corner, and Cornell's doing all
good
not hold
defensive
it.
play because that was well designed.
That was great stop there by Jaden Landry. Called this name a couple of times before, but nonetheless, the Cougars get another touchdown. 69-yard catch and run by Devin Smith from the arm of Miles Lanius. It is Lamarck 12. Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. A quick strike drive by the Cougars. Lewis, break it down.
That was a whole 3 plays that went, 2 of them via the arm of Lanius.
That's trouble.
And that ball is bobbled.
Whittington
cutting past one defender, still trying to make something happen, and he is finally going to be dragged down.
That was more like a
throwdown.
Throwdown.
Yeah,
that was a suplex over there.
He's a little bit slow in getting up.
The last 69 yards of that 3-play drive was Lanius to Smith. And you mentioned it, I think, right before break, or maybe it was during the break, but he hit about the Lamarck 45-yard line. After that, everything was academic as he just continued to pull away from the Anahuac Panthers defensive backs.
Was that number 3 that was doing the run back?
Yeah, that was number 3. That was Whittington, yes.
He's
he took a shot.
Yeah, he's a little nicked up. But he's tough, you can tell.
No, he's back in there under center. They'll go with their I formation set, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Whittington tosses to Wilson. Wilson was not get to the line of scrimmage.
Sumlin rode him. That was like a classic bulldog maneuver.
Yes.
Wrapped him up from behind, right around the shoulder pads, all perfectly legal, and swung him around and brought him down.
Joel Sumlin might be able to hold his own when the Livestock Show and Rodeo comes to town next February.
Right. And we ain't talking mutton busting.
Or catching slippery pigs. That's
true. 2nd and 9, they do give Wilson a gain of 1 after he got spun around. So 2nd down and 9, 5:14 to go first half. Oh, a dot play that is not going to be actually a toss to Wilson. And again, Whittington doing a good job of fooling us.
And the cameraman as well.
Yeah.
Wilson will carry the ball. Looks like they will spot him at around the 37-yard line. So
that's twice they've been able to catch us on that play.
He will pick up 12 on that one.
Giving the Panthers their third first down. That's right.
4:55 to go, first half. And stoppage of play. Officials are stopping it. Looks like they are trying to get everything juggled up. And, okay, so they're moving them up a yard.
Resetting the chain? Okay.
Yeah. So it's at the 38-yard line, right in the 37. Nonetheless, it's a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 4:43 to go, first half, when play resumes. They're down 12-0.
4-5-2. Thank you.
And they will move the clock back an extra 9 seconds, so it will be 4:52.
There it is.
And we are back to action. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Whittington, toss to Wilson. Wilson trying to find room, trying to cut it back. Turns one past one defender and can't get past the other as the Cougars are going to finally swarm him at around the 37-yard line. So he's going to end up losing a yard on that play.
Boy, I tell you what, he was going nowhere in a hurry, guys, because once the Cougars sniffed out which way he was going, you're right, they swarmed to that ball in a hurry.
Greg Evans was the first one in the backfield chasing him down, and then he actually got held and everything else. Officials didn't see it, but he still wound up getting over there to help in on that assist.
2nd down and 11 at the 37-yard line, close to the 4-minute mark of the first half. They'll go to I formation again, but they've got both receivers over to the near side. Whittington under center will try to dive play, and that will gain some yardage. And looks like that is going to be number 1. That's going to be Terry Naribo.
And you put the 100 minus number 1 on the carry, and who do you have making the stop?
99.
Had to think about that one for a second.
The wall.
The wall.
The wall.
Indeed. 3rd down and 6, 3:28 to go. Cougars hope they can give the offense another opportunity to pad on to the lead. A stop here would be splendid. Dot play.
Nope,
Actually, it'll be Whittington, and he loses the
That ball.
football, and it'll be
There you
picked
go.
up.
That Saldana recovered.
W. Saldana, he picked up a fumble for a touchdown a couple of weeks ago, guys.
He did. You know, guys, I mentioned a while ago that quarterback was holding that ball out there in the air, was going to have it swatted away. It happened.
So the Cougars will get the ball back.
Boy, it'd be nice to close out this first half with another 6 on that board.
They're in great field position to do so, Mike.
Yes,
all the
they
way
are.
down at the 40. That's Anahuac's 40.
3:16 to go, first half. Again, he will go with formation with Preston. Sort the H-back with Saldana in the backfield. Lanius drops back, steps, throws, looks downfield, has Preston, couldn't get him.
Had him.
Perry Preston had everyone beat on that one.
Yep. One of the few times you don't see the Cougars, or that you see the Cougars not going to the sideline and actually going up that straight middle post.
And a lot of times also here lately tonight, I mean, in previous throws like that, there was a double team. He definitely outran him.
And that's only the 3rd incompletion for Miles Lanius in this first half of play.
Boy, that had 6 all over it. Just about 6 feet too long.
2nd and 10. They'll go back to their 4-wide set. Preston will take a breather, and Saldana in the backfield with him. And it will be Saldana, and Saldana's going to cut forward. Saldana's just going to bull past everybody. 21-yard run by Norvon Saldana, and the big man just hit the hole and just decided to play pinball with a couple of defenders before he was dragged down.
There's your thunder of your thunder and lightning right there, guys.
Yep.
97 yards rushing last week. It's part of a big ground game for the Cougars in that win. It'll be Saldana again, and Saldana was tripped up. Looks like number 1.
Boy, and he's getting up slow.
Rebo, number 1. You know, he had the ankle tackle, and that was about the only thing that slowed Saldana's momentum. So we'll pick up 1 on that play, make it 2nd down and 9 with 2:31 to go in the first half. Lanius drops back, rolls out, looking, has room, steps up, throws, ball is going to be caught. Reception made by Joey White, and White has the Cougars in a 1st and goal situation. Another catch by Joey White as they spot the ball at the 9-yard line. That will be a gain of 10. So Miles Lanius, another solid throw for the senior quarterback. 2:13 left in the first half. Cougs up 12-0. They'll look to add more here. Nelson, 34 in the game now, at one of the slots, along with Smith, number 22. He's got 2 touchdown catches thus far. It'll be Lanius calling his own number. Lanius moving the pile, got inside the 5.
Yeah, he's down about the 3 if I...
Yeah, design run that time by Miles Lanius.
We'll spot him at the 4.
All right.
So a gain of 5 for Miles Lanius. 1:40 to go first half. The Cougars knocking on the goal line.
Plenty of time down to 1:30.
Yeah, plenty of time. You've got 1 timeout, so there's no reason to feel rushed. Play clock down to 15. Lanius awaiting the snap from Rubio. Gets it. It'll be a handoff to Saldana, and Saldana will be tripped up. No gain. Good play there by the Panthers front line. Looked like number 50. That was number 50, Colt Edwards, in that play, along with number 51, Brandon Hoskins. No gain leads to a 3rd down and goal for the Cougs.
Be interesting to see if they don't score on this play. You're almost at extra point distance, guys.
We'll figure that it might be a good time to try Rubio. It looks like he's just going to let this play clock wind down.
Yeah, and use that last time out.
Yes. One of the things when I talked to Coach Jackson after the game last week was the fact that, it was the Hail Mary that kind of got the team off guard. When
last week?
Yeah, last week, yeah. We'll talk about that one after the break. It is 31 seconds to go first half. It is Lamar 12, Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 1 second to go first half. Wanted to mention before the break about how Coach Mike Jackson last week talked to one of his coaches and said, guys, my biggest fear is that if they get the touchdown at the end of the first half, they get the ball at the start of the second half and score, they could get the momentum.
That was
did
Harden.
happen. That
Speaking
was
of Harden last week,
yes.
And it did. Had the Hail Mary with 9 seconds and went into the halftime. The score was a lot tighter than it should have been.
No question. Got to punch this one in on 3rd and goal. Saldana in the backfield. The Cougars have it spread out with 4 wide. Lanius awaits the snap, calls his own number, moves past a couple of defenders. Did he get in? He's going to be short. A yard short of the first down. 25 seconds to go in the half. Lanius looking to get the play from Jackson.
There's our decision.
No timeouts left. 4th and goal. Down to 14 seconds. Let's see what Lanius does. Gets the snap, calls his own number, and they smelled that one. Number 1, Terrian Narabo with a huge hit. And Lanius slow to get up. Oh, he's down. He's down, and the Cougars are going to need to take a timeout. We'll take it with them.
One, do they?
Nope, we'll take a timeout here. 4 seconds to go first half. It is Lamarck 12, Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Miles Lonnie is able to walk off the field on his own power. Definitely good news, but you could tell that
he's a favorite, that's for sure.
A little gimpy.
All right, back on live action on the field with 4 seconds left.
And it will be.
They are going to try to.
To Wilson. Wilson will bang forward to around the 11-yard line, so he'll get about 5. A new quarterback was in there, number 5, Robert Cruiser.
Yes, they're, sophomore?
Yep, they're back up, so might see him in the second half. Who knows? First tap is in the book, says the Cougars take a 12-0 lead over the Anahuac Panthers here, homecoming 2017. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Enjoy the halftime. Start of the third quarter here. Homecoming 2017 as the Marque Cougars hold a 12-0 lead over the Panthers of Anahuac. Brandon Williams alongside Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perry Jr. Guys, we talked all season long about, going into the season, I should say, we talked about, the desire of getting a passing game. It has been effective for most of the season, but tonight probably is its most effective with Miles Lonnie. It's 9 of 13, 148 yards and 2 touchdown passes to Devin Smith.
What's even more impressive about that is we talked about the elements coming in, and you can look up there at that flag. That wind out there is still blowing every bit of 15 to 20 mile an hour, and he was able to navigate that wind quite well in completing those passes. But most of the passes have been short, but the yards after catch have been incredible. Look at what Mr. Smith did there. That was a pass to him that was 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, 69 yards down the field.
He's got 4 catches for 100 yards tonight.
What's Perry Preston got on
Preston has 12 carries for 80 yards this evening. Norvon saw down at 3 carries for 21 yards. Miles Lonnie has 5 carries for 7. You noticed at the end of the first half, took a bit of a wicked shot, and he has bounced back up. Walked off the field, limping a bit, but looking at him warming up during the halftime, he looks good, and looks like he'll be good to go.
Over here standing with his father.
Yep, the most important stat, however, is the one that's still up there on the scoreboard that says 12-0. And that very easily could have been closer to a 28-0 score, as twice Lamarque was stopped inside the red zone.
Well, we had Fritz Schmidt, the longtime defensive coordinator for the Cougars. I'll tell you about this as soon as Preston comes back with the 25, cuts 30, 35,
Look
40.
Look out.
Cuts
one man.
Breaks a defender down to around the 44-yard line.
Good
field position there. As I was saying, Fritz Schmidt, the longtime defensive coordinator for the Marque Cougars, architect of those defenses that won state championships 3 years in a row. He talked again, always his mantra, defense wins championships. The Cougars right now are playing championship football defensively. They've helped them to 48 yards and 3 first downs.
Well, let me do one more feather in Coach Fritz's cap. Took that team to a state title game 6 years in a row.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. It saw Dunn and Preston in the backfield, and it'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston cuts back, gets past a couple of defenders, 50, 40, down to around the 37-yard line.
Just about a half an inch, and he would have been to the pay dirt.
Harry Preston turns it down to the 36-yard line, so a gain of 19 on that play.
Puts him over the 100 mark, doesn't it?
Yes, actually he's a yard short.
No, yard short. That's right.
1st and 10, Cougars look to try to push things up a little bit. Lonnie is in shotgun, hands it off to Saldana, and Saldana's going to follow his blockers, carries a couple of defenders with him. He's going to be real close to a first down.
Boy, when he gets the legs turning, guys, and tucks that head down, he's hard to bring down.
Yeah, he's a big kid. You're looking at a kid at 6 foot, about 200 pounds.
And he carried a couple of guys with him the last 5 yards of that 11-yard carry.
1st and 10, and Cougars again, ball at the 26-yard line. Be a handoff again to Saldana. Saldana down to around the 22-yard line. Tackled there by number 44, Kate Dye.
Brought down by Christopher Moulton.
So a gain of about
4 yards.
4 yards, and then we'll get 2nd and 6.
Down 7 yards.
They'll spot the ball at the 22-yard line.
3-yard line.
Opening drive of the second half, Cougars up 12-0, looking to add a little bit more. 3 wide receiver set. As Lanius awaits the snap, I'll hand it off to Preston this time, and Preston's got room. Preston is going to spin down to around the 18-yard line, so we'll have a 4 on that one. So we're looking at a 3rd and short situation for the Cougars, and they have been successful in managing those for most of the night.
I'm very impressed with the front 4 there for Lamarque's offensive line, guys.
Yeah, the offensive line has been solid all
creating
night
holes.
long. 3rd down and 7. 3rd and short, actually. Looking at the scoreboard, they've got it wrong. It's actually 3rd down and 3. Lanius in the backfield has Preston to his right. Saldana to his left. Awaits the snap. Gets it. Handoff is going to be to Saldana, who's going to turn the corner. 15 inside the 10. Powerful run. You think of Saldana as a power runner, but don't be deceived. This kid's got some speed to turn the corner.
Yeah, he did. He got the angle and outmaneuvered the defenders trying to come up on him.
Nice 8-yard gain that time, and he was actually hit, briefly
In the
there in the backfield.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it was an arm tackle, and you're not going to bring him down
No,
with
you
an arm tackle.
do not arm tackle Norvon Saldana. Not the brightest thing you can do. 1st and goal. Spot the ball at side the 10-yard line. Make it the 9. Swing pass is going to be caught by Smith, and Smith is going to cut back. Smith dragging, Smith spinning. Down to around the 1. Oh!
Boy.
Inches short of a 3rd touchdown of the night.
Now, guys, I'm going to bring up something that normally we do in a situation like that, the quarterback sneak, but I'm not too sure if you want to call that in this situation,
No.
particularly after he gets that twisted knee there right before the end of the first half.
And when you've got Saldana and Preston running like this.
Yeah, and the way that offensive line is just blowing holes open, yeah, you do not want to risk Miles Lanius.
But he's coming up.
There he is. He's going to turn the corner, pushes that head in. Did he get in?
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Well, there we go,
Cash
guys.
it in. Cha-ching.
Well,
8:49 to go.
And he's coming up a little gimpy, though,
Yep.
guys.
Yeah, 8:49 to go. It is 18-0, and you've got to start wondering, with a big game at East Chambers next week, you've got to start wondering how long do you keep Lanius in there?
Well, I think you've got an ulterior motive for wanting to pull him out, too, don't you?
No, I may have an ulterior motive, but I just want to see the young man.
But no, that's the logic.
But the logic is smart.
You're absolutely correct.
The logic is definitely smart here. Your defense is playing well enough to maintain this lead. Man in motion. They'll toss it to Smith. Tries to turn the corner. Flags down everywhere.
Oh, they stopped the play.
False start.
Oh, false start. That's why they stopped.
Oh, look at that official. The umpire's got some motion in that one.
Yeah, he's put that in fast motion.
Yeah, he is confirming for the whole world to know that, there was a false start.
Now we got a big boy package coming in, guys.
Oh, they may go ahead and kick it now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they handed the tee.
Pedro
Okay.
Rubio.
Yeah, he missed the first extra point. He'd get him some opportunities to kick.
Yeah, I agree. This is like a short field goal scenario.
Yes, well within his range.
Yeah, but some of that far hash mark, though, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge anyway.
A little bit challenge, but yeah, and it's a good
He needs
exercise.
He needs it.
He
That's
does.
right.
High snap, kick is going to be up, and the kick is going to be
he nailed that
good.
puppy.
No, actually he didn't. Wow.
Far right, I think.
Wide right.
What do we know?
But it was still good technique.
Distance and everything else looked really good.
Exactly. You'll take that for what it's worth. 8 minutes, 49 seconds to go, third quarter. Cougars expand the lead. Now 18-0 over Anahuac. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Cougars expand the lead to 18-0 after the Miles Lanius touchdown run. Good kickoff return by Perry Preston set the Cougs up in good field position. Lewis, break down that drive for us, sir.
Let's see. We had 7 plays to cover that 56 yards. Again, we saw a lot of Norvon Saldana as he had runs of 11 and 8 yards. Drive was finished off that time by Miles Lanius. We already talked about that as a 1-yard plunge. And a missed extra point. He got pushed back 5 yards on a penalty.
But the only blemish thus far for the Cougars has been their inabilities to cash in extra points. They've missed a pair of kicks and also a failed conversion, conversion pass. But nonetheless, this Cougar defense, mentioned before, 48 yards allowed, 3 first downs allowed in the first half. See if they're able to continue that stretch.
I'm betting.
First and 10, and they are going to put Whittington in a shotgun set, 4 wide receivers.
First time we've seen him in that shotgun, I think.
And it will be a toss to Hill, and Hill cuts back. And a nice open field tackle.
Who was that?
That was number 23.
Yep.
23, and that is going to be Eddie Elam.
Yeah, he was getting up ahead of steam, guys.
Yeah, he did.
In fact, he just barely evaded that first tackle in the backfield back there.
He ends up with 5 on that play. Yeah, had it not been for Elam, he could have ended up with a heck of a lot more. 2nd and 5 coming up. Again, they go to a 4 wide receiver set. Slots on either side. Whittington in shotgun. He'll get Wilson in motion, loses the
Ball's
football.
on the ground, able to pick
Whittington
it up.
trying to turn the corner. Whittington's not going to get any. Oh my gosh!
Oh my God!
You saw who that was, too, didn't you?
Wow!
You saw who that was, too, didn't you guys?
I would hate to be finished off by
man.
Marlon Ford, guys. I mean, that was.
Oh, he was stood up, and Marlon Ford just brought him down.
He was the closer. That's all I can say. He did a handstand.
You're spinning, and the last thing you see coming towards you is about a 310-pound guy full of emotion coming full speed. Huge loss, drops them back to the 19. They ended up losing 17 yards on that play. 3rd long toss is going to be to Wilson, and Wilson is not going to get much of anything.
That
because
defense is
again,
smelling
Marlon
blood,
Ford,
guys.
He made the line of scrimmage, but that's all he got on that one.
Ford in there, also 31 for the Cougars. That's going to be Greg Evans.
And we've called that name several times. Greg Evans is really making his presence known out there tonight.
You know, we got another nickname, though, for Marlon Ford, the King.
Yes, as
we
a
do now.
homecoming king.
That's right.
The King.
King Ford, all hail.
Yes, sir.
Marlon Ford, huge hit, sets up the 4th and long. Whittington bobbles the snap, loses
Still ain't
it.
got it.
Still going, trying to run forward. Evades one defender, can't do the second defender.
Never made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Not at all.
That was a poor snap that fell easily 2 yards short of him.
Number 30.
And now he's hurting on the ground, so we're going to have a
we'll take a
timeout. We'll take it with them.
Coug Sportsnet will be right back. Whittington helped off the field under his own power, certainly hoping the best for this young man. 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 18-yard line of Anahuac. Lanius drops back, steps past Preston, wide open, end zone touchdown.
I got the drive on this one, guys. I got the stats.
It is all yours.
Yeah, give me 5, guys. I got to get my 5 here.
Whoa, they have been working on that play all season long, and it finally connects. Lanius' 3rd touchdown of the night. He has accounted for all 4 touchdowns for the Cougars, and they will try to go for 2 again.
Well, guys, with the defense playing the way they are, I think this one is pretty well, that was a nail.
Yeah. 6:22 to go. Lanius is going to fade it up to Cordell Stewart, and
He
almost got it on a rebound.
He almost pulled it off.
So Cougars still yet to get an extra point tonight, but nonetheless, the Cougars are up now 24-0, 6:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Coug Sportsnet will be right back. Well, Cougars had one of the easiest touchdown drives of the season on that one. One play, 18 yards. Perry Preston on the touchdown catch.
Boy, what's Lonnie's got in the air tonight, guys?
Well, he's got 3 touchdown passes tonight. We'll get his numbers in a bit, as that is going to be Wilson. Wilson is going to be stopped at around the 28-yard line.
Good kickoff coverage.
Started out the half with 148, I believe you said.
Yes.
Had 22 on the first drive, which takes him up to 170, and plus another 18 there.
188.
188.
Wow.
Season high.
When's the last time you heard a Lamar quarterback having close to 200 yards? It's been a long time. Maybe with Mandy Williams.
I know you threw for 200 last season.
Oh, he did?
Homecoming,
Okay.
Yes.
And I think you're probably going to see a new quarterback here.
And you will. It is going to be number 5, Foster Cruiser. As it looks like Whittington's night is going to be over. Cruiser 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 29, and it'll be a dive play. That's going to be number 1, Marabio.
Boy, it's a tough situation come in this down 28, 24 zip, and you're playing up against a defense that's, what have they held them, under 50 yards?
Yeah, they're under 50. That 17-yard loss definitely took them down under 50. He ends up getting 4 on that play. Second and 6 at their own 33, 5:49 to go third quarter. 3 wide set, Cougs show blitz. Cruiser drops back, has pressure, trying to evade the man, and he can't. Sack made.
Number 23 is that
That
Elam?
is going to be Eddie Elam again. Elam's having himself a heck of a night, guys.
Yeah, we've got several defensive players out there that are just saying,
well,
hey,
Ford, obviously, yeah.
Ford's out there. Elam has now made a couple of plays. We've called Greg Evans' name multiple times.
You've got Tredarius Saldana with a fumble recovery, and we've got a timeout by Anahuac. We'll take it with them. 5:17 to go third quarter. It is Lamarque 24, Anahuac nothing. Cougs Sports Net. We'll be right back. Third down, 14 to go for the Panthers after their first time out. 5:17 to go third quarter. They are shut out 24-0 out of Lamarque defense that has just given no quarter to them thus far. I formation, 2 receivers to the near side. Cruiser rolls out, steps up, throws. Ball is going to be caught, and it's not going to be much of anything as number 8, Jarvis Perry, gets close to the original line of scrimmage. Falls about a yard short of that.
Boy, there's a lot of traffic.
Justin Murray was able to bring him down. Jalen Walker also in the stop.
4th and 11.
We'll have a new punter too, I
We
imagine.
do. It looks like number 10, is it?
Oh,
Yep.
he's starting to put his 2s and 3s in there then, guys.
Yeah, you're starting to try to look for next week.
Well, Whittington was the punter too, so I mean,
Yeah.
they did.
Preston and White are back deep, and number 8 is going to nice punt. Fielded by Preston around the 42, goes to midfield, pulls past the defender and gets the ball down to the 45-yard line.
Good field position.
So that was number 80, Marcus Pescador.
Boy, give it up for that defense, guys. I mean, it just...
Across the board, they are really playing well. We've called a whole lot of names out there, a lot of names we haven't really mentioned a whole lot so far this year. But
29 yards of offense allowed thus far, guys.
Are you kidding me?
29.
Oh, my gosh.
Flag down as play was looking to be.
they're going to blow that one. Did they blow that one dead? Or
Yeah, looks like they did.
Stewart made the catch. Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. So what that was about.
There may have been contact on that line because it looks like they're going to move it forward. Yeah,
Yep.
there was.
Yeah, they blew it dead pretty quick.
Yeah, there was contact on that line.
You know, this
somewhere.
is one of the few games that he hasn't gotten the defense on
He
just the
hasn't-
one
he
time-
hasn't burned
yeah.
them,
One
yeah.
time first play.
1st and 5 for the Cougars. Lanius drops back. He'll get it to Stewart. Stewart cuts back. Loses the football and will be picked up by the
Anahuac.
Panthers.
Anahuac, yeah.
Their first big break of the night as number 19, Logan Hill, gets the recovery.
Well, it's about the only thing other than the extra points that Lamarque has hurt themselves on.
They had missed opportunities. Remember at the end of the first half, they were inside the 5-yard line and could not cash in. First turnover of the night for the Cougars. So the Panthers will get the ball back 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. 4 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Well, Mark's defense has been almost as potent an offensive weapon. They haven't scored yet, but they've done everything else in holding the Panthers to under 50 yards.
Yeah.
Cruiser under center, his second drive in place of Whittington, and it'll be a handoff to Wilson, and Wilson
Oh,
just
my
runs
God.
into a wall.
And no, we don't mean number 99 that time because that was
One of
number
the few times
31.
he's not in there.
Greg Evans again.
Yeah. Evans is having a big night, as also, like you mentioned, Eddie Elam there as well. So 2nd and 10, no gain for Wilson.
Lamarque is starting to rotate 2 and 3 defensive players. They're keeping that defense fresh throughout this game as well.
2nd down and 9, 3:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Again, they'll go with the eye set receivers on either side. It'll be a dot play. Actually, it'll be Cruiser calling his own number, and that ball popped loose. Cruiser, at the last second, tried to pitch it. Ball popped loose as he was stopped at around the 36-yard line. They'll say 35.
Tyrone Wilson able to cover that ball as it came out of Cruiser's hands.
So 3rd and 4.
That time, I believe it was, Jaden Bishop causing that fumble,
Yes.
number 11?
Yes. 3:01 and counting, 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers. Trying to get something against this Lamarque defense. Dot play is not going to get much of anything.
Again, Bishop,
Aribo.
first one to hit him.
Yeah.
Finished off there by
Jalen Walker also
Jalen
in
Walker,
there.
yep.
Boy, and that was close to a almost a face mask. It was definitely unintentional. Boy, his head came back quickly. So they're going to go ahead and go for a punt. Well, at this stage of the game,
Yeah.
you want to go ahead and play with the odds instead of trying to roll the dice.
Preston and White are back deep at their own 30-yard line. Pescador had a 34-yard punt the previous time, and Pescador was almost blocked. That's going to hang for White at around the 31. Breaks a tackle. Will be stopped at around the 40-yard line. Good tackle there by number 27.
Yeah, it was.
That's going to be Anthony Ramirez, junior defensive back.
Well, White's got some good sure-handed.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, really is.
He's had himself a good night as well. 4 catches for 33 yards. See if he can keep a streak of touchdowns going. He's scored in the last 3 games.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, if this Lamarque team continues to gel and get better and better, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I would look for them to have a good, exciting postseason.
They're certainly looking forward to it as this season goes on. They're starting to build momentum. Looks like they're on their way to their 4th straight win. It'll be a handoff. And it's not going to get much of anything as they were able to smell that one. And that was DeMarcus Nelson, 34, getting his first carry of the night. He's got 1 catch already. Loses 4 on that one. So 2nd down and 14. They'll say 2nd and 12 actually at the 38-yard line. So officially a loss of 2. 3rd down coming up. 2nd down coming up. Lanius drops back, rolls out, steps, looking, has a receiver, throws, ball is going to be caught, and that's going to be White, and White is going to push forward. Forward momentum should give him the first down.
Yeah,
nice grab.
Yep, that referee marked it at the exact spot that I was hoping he would, because he made the first down, but as you noticed, he shoved him back, but good spot.
Pick up 13 will make it 1st and 10 for the Cougars with 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. That's White's 5th catch of the evening. Lanius awaits the snap. He'll hand it off to Nelson, and Nelson's going to cut back, and he is going to still spinning and down to around the 45. So a gain of 3 for Jamarcus Nelson.
You're going to start seeing that defense for Anahuac. They've been on the field a long time tonight.
They have been worn out, and you think about the fact that a lot of these guys go both ways. And you're looking hands on hips. As always, a sign of a team that's becoming fatigued. 2nd down and 7. Lanius. Wait a snap. Possible
there we go, free play.
Swings it out to Smith, and Smith's got some room, and he is going to cut back, goes out of bounds. He's going to get the first down.
Yeah, you'll take play on this one.
Yes, yes, he will. Fuse that way and give him the first down, and if you spot it there, it's going to be at the 35-yard line. So a gain of 10 for Devin Smith. So that's 5 catches for 110 yards for Devin Smith this evening. 2 touchdowns on the night. So 24 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. See if the Cougars will look to run one more, or will they be content to just let the clock run down? Play
Play
clock
clock
is
is
1
under
second
the game
ahead,
clock.
so
Yep.
looks like they're just going to be content to let the play clock run down. 15-14, and that's exactly what they'll do. Guys, we have seen a Cougar defense that has been impressive tonight.
Yes, we have.
35 yards allowed.
Wow. Get your
Four
fours
first
up,
down.
guys.
Get your fours up. No fun till the job's done. After 3 quarters in the books here at Etheridge Stadium, homecoming 2017 looks all blue and gold. It is Lamarque 24, Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Start of the 4th quarter as Lamarque holds a 24-0 lead. Brandon Williams alongside Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr. Cougs looking to go to 4-3. They're well on their way towards that one.
2-0 in district.
2-0 in district, even bigger. Looking ahead to a big game next week out at East Chambers, and it'll be a handoff to Saldana, and Saldana's going to carry a couple of defenders with him before they stop his momentum.
And he finally goes down after about 6 of them.
And it takes a lot to bring this kid down. He gathers momentum, and they will spot the ball. Looks like they're going to spot at the 38-yard line. So that would be a gain of about 2.
Should be my 32-yard line.
32-yard line, excuse
Yep,
me.
no problem.
So actually be a gain of 3 for Saldana. So 2nd down and 7. We start the 4th quarter. Lonnius shotgun. Drops back, steps, throws. Ball's going to be caught by White. White cuts back, still spitting, and a nice extra effort by White. Should be enough for the first.
They've changed that around a little bit, guys, from what they've had in the previous 4 or 5 games. They're getting an extra blocker out there. He's able to slip in behind that blocker and pick up that extra 3 or 4 yards.
Pick up at 7 for White, his 6th catch of the evening.
How many passes is that tonight for Lonius?
That should be, I believe that's his 18 passes for him this evening. 1st and 10, 10:50 to go, 4th quarter. Lonnius shotgun, handed off to Saldana.
Oh, look at the hole.
Big hole.
Look at the hole.
Inside the 15 to around the 12.
That defense is gassed, guys.
Brought down by Dakota.
Spotted at the 12, so a gain of 13 for Norvon. Who's looking to add a little more icing on the cake. 1st and 10, 10:29 to go here in the 4th. Lonnius under shotgun set, drops back, swings it out. Ball's going to be caught by White, and White's going to continue forward, dragged down inside the 10. We'll spot him at the 7. So only a gain of 5 on that one.
5-yard gain. Second
and 5 for the Cougars as we were inside 10 minutes to go here in the 4th.
Guys, the offense is the machine at this stage of the game.
Yep, they're clicking and they're rolling.
Yep.
This is the 3rd drive in this half, and nothing's slowed them down yet.
This is about
except for that fumble.
Handoff Saldana. Saldana is going to be stuffed at the line. Host of defenders in there, number 75, James Henry amongst those in there.
Number 50, Brandon Hoskins.
Hoskins, number 50, also in on the stop. So a 3rd down and 5 coming up. 9 minutes and 20 seconds counting. Here in the 4th quarter, Sia Weiss has got a 4th touchdown pass in him. Shotgun set, Lonnius with Saldana in the backfield. Jackson.
Looking around, making sure what he sees.
He's down to 5 seconds on the play. That's what I thought.
The timeout. We'll take it with them. 9:05 to go, 4th quarter. It's been all Lamarque. It is Cougars 24, Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the timeout, it's 3rd down and 5 for the Cougars. They have Saldana and Nelson in the backfield.
Boy, that outside receiver over there, if he does a little crossing pattern, he's wide open. Now they come up.
Smith, they'll run the toss. Smith trying to turn a corner. Smith cuts back, and he is going to be stopped around the 4.
Yeah, he's going to be. He got 3 yards on that, but like I said, that was real close to being a 1st down play.
So 4th down coming up. See if they'll bring in the field goal unit.
He got hit on the arm.
4th down, 2 yards to go.
Tagged him just a bit.
A little bit better positioning as it looks like they are bringing out.
Yep, give them an
field goal
opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's in the books. I agree with this call.
22-yard attempt coming up for Saldana. Well within range.
The white the hole. Rubio. Snap, kick is up. The kick is going to be blocked.
Yep.
So Cougar special teams, probably about the one negative you might have about this evening, as the Panthers will get the ball at their own 20. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the fourth. It's been all Lamarque as the Panthers shut out, held to just 29 yards, 35 now. 35 yards of offense, so they are above freezing at this point.
Wow. What is the yardage for Lamarque tonight?
Should be close to 400.
And if they'd put another score on the board, that'd be like 3 weeks in a row with 30 plus.
Yep. Still plenty of time at 8:15 to go. Maybe you get a pick six or a scoop six.
Oh, they'll definitely get the ball back.
And the way the defense is working, they'll get the ball back for plus 5 minutes.
It'll be a toss to Wilson, and Wilson cuts forward, hurdles a defender, picks up about 8 on that play. Wilson's been about their most productive ball player.
He moves the ball up to the 30-yard line.
Jalen Bishop finally over there to bring him down.
Let's call those defenders for Lamarque out one more time tonight,
All right,
guys.
we'll start those guys. Jerry Evans, number 17. Joel Sunglin, number 14. Marlon Ford, number 99. And Gene G, the fourth up front for the Cougs. You've got Justin Murray, number 44. Jayden Bishop, number 11. Got Elam in there, number 23. And that dot play is not going to gain much of anything as Cruiser will be stopped, and no gain on that one.
Guess who?
The King.
The King, Marlon Ford. Jalen Walker, number 6. Devarius Saldana, number 2. Kava Simeon, number 5. Cam Henderson, number 8. Comprising the rest of that Lamarque defense that has been lights out here this evening.
Number 31, Greg Evans, has been
Greg
in there
Evans
most
has
of the game
also
as
been
well.
in there as well. He has seen a lot.
Yeah, this whole defense, the names have been called out all night long, guys, and that's what you like to hear.
Yes. Gain of 3, and it's going to hand off to Wilson, and Wilson's going to evade a couple of defenders. He gets stopped.
Smothering defense. He didn't even pick up a yard hardly. Nah, he might have got 1 or 2.
Number 52.
Yeah, big number 52 in there.
Yeah, that is Sterling Mack getting some action.
Well, guys, other than Marlon Ford, who else was going to call for defensive player of the game?
So Evans and Elam certainly have been out there this evening.
I think would probably be my pick.
Yeah, Greg Evans would probably be my pick in there as well. He has been in the mix of it from the outset. Cruiser hands it off to Wilson. Oh, a punishing hit. Sherry Evans.
And the one that tripped him up
was Marlon
Ford.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, he can move.
So 4th and 5.
Longer this game goes, the more pumped up he's getting. He's had his fist up in the air the last several plays. He's been around the ball the last several plays. Whenever you were talking about other than Marlon Ford, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you got to preface that statement with Marlon.
Pescador in for his 3rd punt. Back deep is White, number 3. Perry Preston, number 4. They are around their own 33-yard line. And flags are down.
Yep,
and
you got
looks
one
like
too many on the field.
It works in Canada, but not in Texas.
That's exactly what Perry was back there trying to signal.
Yeah.
Get off the field, get off the field.
So that 4th and 5 is actually going to give them.
No, it'll still be a little short.
A little short.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out.
No, actually, it's going to be a 1st and 10.
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
So 5:42 to go. They will have an opportunity to move the ball, and try to get the 0 off.
5th first down.
5th first down of the
by
evening.
penalty.
Cruiser in at quarterback. He replaced the starter Keyshawn Winnington, who left in the third quarter with an injury. They'll come with their I formation. Tight end to the near side, more receivers on either side. You've got Wilson deep in the backfield. It'll be Cruiser, play action, rolls out, steps, throws. Ball is going to be caught. And catch is made by number 16. That is going to be Dakota Monto.
That's going to be one of their more successful.
Their first completion of the night.
One of their more successful offensive plays, I think, for the night, too, at 10 yards.
Yep, it's their first completion of the evening.
That was their first. It was, huh?
That was
wow.
their first completion. No, actually, it was their second. They did get one earlier in the third. And it'll be a 10-yard gain on the first down, so they will move the chains a little closer to the goal line. First and 10 at the Lamarque 49-yard line with 5:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Cruiser steps back, throws, and ball's going to be caught by Heel, and Heel is spinning, and Heel is going to get drilled. Joel Sumlin there with the hit. Lots of dancing and spinning. He ended up losing 3 yards on that play.
That was the sheriff, Jalen Walker, that held him up, allowed someone to come in there and make that tackle.
So 4 minutes and 38 seconds counting here in the contest. Second down and 12. They will move Hill and Perry out wide to the far side. Cruiser under center in the I formation. Be a handoff to Wilson, and Wilson tries to cut back, and Wilson's not going to get much of anything.
Meet the sheriff.
Dragged down. Jalen Walker helped him up for the rest of the posse to round him up. And Marlon Ford also in there as well. Ford and Sumlin, actually it was Murray in there, so a loss on that play, a big loss, is going to take them back to the 46, so he loses 3. Actually, they'll say officially a loss of 1. So third down and 14. Cruiser rolls out, steps, looking, attempts to run. Not the best thing he could do. He gets past the original line of scrimmage, and he actually gets a little bit more. Cruiser inside the 30. Cougars had a bit of a meltdown there as he got the ball inside the 25-yard line easily. Their best play of the evening.
Did not wrap up on, I mean, there lots of Cougar hands on him, but no one wrapped up.
Took matters in his own hands.
Well, they more than doubled their
yes, they
their
came
offensive.
Close to doubling it, yes.
In this drive, yep.
That ends up being a gain of 34. Excuse me, a gain of 35, actually. So a timeout with 3:13 to go. We'll take it with them as Cougs 24. Anahuac nothing. Cougs Sports Net will be right back. So a gain of 35 yards by Cruiser, their best offensive play of the night. We'll make it a 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line of Lamarque. Cruiser steps back, throws. Ball is going to be caught by Hill, and Hill is going to be stopped
Good
immediately.
defense.
Saldana there on the stop.
Corinthos Hill on the reception, Traverius Saldana.
So Saldana with the tackle. Clock inside 3 minutes.
Second and 12.
Well, the big final thing of tonight is to see if they can keep the goose egg on the scoreboard.
Let's see if we can get that one done. 2:44 and counting. As Cruiser under center. Rolls out, steps, that jump pass is going to be caught. And will be down at around the 20, inside the 20, around the 19-yard line.
Bishop finally able to corral and bring him in there. Just a short gain.
Monto with the reception. Gain of 2. Makes it 3rd and 9 after the gain of 2.
Clock will be right at 2 minutes when they get this play off. It looks like maybe a little bit under.
See if they can get it under at 155. It'll be a toss to Wilson, and Wilson trying to turn the corner. bounces around the corner, cuts inside the 10, still churning. Those
Boy.
legs got him inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they're looking to
Take
some
that
points on the board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
it.
trying to get something in there.
Now you're seeing the big boys come back in.
Jeremiah Taylor.
Ford and Sumlin swapping in now.
Panthers. First and goal. at the
First
2.
and goal at the 2-yard line. So Panthers hoping that they can at least get off the scoreboard, get something on the scoreboard before the night is done, and the Cougars are going to take a
Call a
timeout.
timeout. Yeah, they had to because you had 2 men come on and only 1 came out.
1:27 to go in the contest. We'll take it with them. It is Lamarck 24 and Anahuac nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 1 minute 27 seconds to go as Lamarck looking to preserve the shutout, up 24-0. As Cruiser will take the Panthers to the line of scrimmage. 1 minute 27 seconds left. Cougs looking to get the shutout here. Inside the 2-yard line, Cruiser will hand it to Wilson, and Wilson's going to be stopped. Does he spin? Does the extra effort get it?
Nope, just short.
Just shy of the goal line.
Well, but he got hit good.
He got hit.
Yeah, he did.
He took a real solid shot.
21 and 55 for the Cougars.
So
It's
second
going to
and
be
goal.
Malik Holmes and Jeremiah Taylor.
Second and goal now.
And they can smell the goal line, but they haven't crossed it yet.
They're gonna huddle up. Obviously, no rush. No rush to get in. 55 seconds left.
Cruiser going to try and take it on his
not the
own.
best thing to do tonight. No gain on that one. His momentum was stopped immediately.
He hit a brick wall, guys.
And you know what his name is?
The king.
Marlin.
Marlin. So 45
He had some help in
seconds
there,
left
too.
on the clock.
And Marlin's being a little slow, but getting helped up.
Pop back up. So looks like they've got a timeout. We'll take it with them. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Third down and goal from the 1-yard line. 45 seconds to go. Anahuac is now out of timeouts. And for the record, the Cougs have 1. Cruiser, I would venture, would probably not want to try that dive play again. Handoff's going to toss it to Wilson. Wilson's going to cut back, spinning, and not get it. Cougs are not going to allow the touchdown tonight.
On the carry.
Man, that's 3 big stands, guys. And I mean, the ball is right almost at the goal line.
So 4th and goal with 29 seconds left. They'll have time to get it in. They're taking their own sweet time inside. They've got plenty of time on the play clock. They want to make sure they get this one. Under center, Cruiser, did he get in?
I thought he got low enough. I
don't know if he was able. Did
Yep,
he get low?
there it goes.
No, he got it with 13 seconds left.
Well,
He did not try and take on Marvin Ford up high. Instead, he went straight down low.
He took the low road.
Yeah, he submarined that one.
So 1-yard touchdown run by Foster Cruiser will prevent Anahuac from being shut out. They will, however, fall to 0-2 in district. Cougars will improve to 2-0 in district, and they are above 500 for the first time this season at 4-3.
And
3 of those losses were against some tough cookies,
Yes.
too,
Oh,
guys.
yes, they were.
All 3 of those losses, yeah, definitely some tough hombres in there.
Looks like they're going to go for 2 on this extra
Yep, they
point.
are.
Cruiser's
And
rolling.
again, Cruiser rolling, and he slipped.
Yep.
Hey, got to be careful there, young man.
No, that was a straight down throw.
Yeah, I guess.
They'll let him get away with that for the most part, as long as it's just in frustration.
Yep.
Panthers 6.
So
All right.
13 seconds left. So the way you wanted to have homecoming to go, a dominant effort by the defense, even with the touchdown, you'll still take the performance.
Now, guys, I know we talked on air about our defensive player of the game. Did we cover the offensive player of the game? Not that there's a whole lot of doubt to me.
It's got to be Miles Lonnie.
It's
I'm
gotta
going to
be.
say Miles
Yeah.
Lonnie. Yep.
It's got to be. 4
Six-
touchdowns
yeah.
he's accounted for.
16 of 22, 214 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Also has a 1-yard touchdown run as well.
Yep.
got racked up, but hung in there, finishing out the game.
Yeah.
When you account for 24 of your team's 24 points, I think you deserve to be named offensive player of the game.
And so we said Marlon Ford and who else, guys?
Greg Evans.
And Greg Evans
Okay, on defense. Good call. But you got to still give kudos to the offensive line, guys, because from the get-go, they were opening holes up. Before you knew it, Perry Preston had like 46, 45 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, he came out of the gate strong. And from that outset, you knew that Lamarque was just going to be dominant. They never really let up.
All right, setting up for what I'm sure is probably going to be an onside kick. At least Lamarque's thinking that way. Is you've got Stewart down here up front. You've got
Stewart, Gatson. You've got
Perry Preston is way up on the 42-yard line.
Yeah, this is the time you practice it anyway.
Kick it high. Fielded by Smith. And he'll run the reverse. And actually, Dad has got some promise as number 5 for the Cougars. That is going to be Kava Simeon with the return. 4 seconds left in the contest.
And it'll be a kneel down.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Well, there's nothing else to prove tonight, guys.
That's right.
Nothing to prove, but plenty to prove going into next week. Heading out to Winnie to take on a very tough East Chambers team.
Well, like I'd mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this Cougar team, when they started winning, they started getting better and better and better. And the defense is definitely.
And there it is.
There we go.
Ball game.
The defense, I think, guys, is making a big difference in these ball games.
It has been.
Yeah, a whole lot of difference in these ball games, and Lanius is definitely stepping up his game. We've seen some serious growth just in the last couple of games in what he's doing, and really since that Game 3 loss, the play calling has actually been significantly improved.
I agree.
They're doing a whole lot of different things. Like today, obviously, even on a breezy day, the passing game was on display today, and that ought to put a little bit of fear in some of these district opponents when they know that not only do you have to worry about the rushing game for Lamarque, the two-headed monster back there in the backfield, but now you have to worry about Lanius' arm as well.
Oh, certainly. You also have to count the fact that he's got multiple receivers to throw the ball to now. You know how sure-handed Joey White was and has been this season.
With Stewart back now.
With Cordell Stewart back. You got your returning wideout from last year. You saw what Devin Smith and Jamarcus Nelson can do in the open field this evening. So this is a more balanced offense than what we saw at any point in time last season, and that's certainly good news. The key is going to be health going into the postseason. 3 games left in the district play. They're all going to be toughies as you got East Chambers next week. You close out your home schedule against Hempstead, and then, of course, the battle up the road against Hitchcock to close out the regular season. So it's good news for the Cougars. They'll celebrate this one tonight, but you've got to know that Coach Mike Jackson and his staff will be on the drawing board Saturday morning getting ready for the trip out to Winnie. And
I want to bring up one fact that as we see Coach Jackson there addressing his players after that hard-fought victory, prayers still going out to his new young son. Been in the hospital for almost a month now. Been able to grind out 4 victories while his wife, beautiful wife Tracy, has been at that hospital almost every night. So it's very difficult to be able to do what he's doing and being able to still be a good father and knowing that you've got your newborn son in the hospital. So kudos go out to the Jackson family tonight.
Also continue prayers to Marlon Ford and his family.
Yes.
His mother's funeral service will be held Saturday. Obviously, we were seeing this on Wednesday, but it was held Saturday. Obviously, you know that the team will attend. They've done a tremendous job of rallying around their team leader, at probably obviously the most difficult moment in his young life. So this Cougars team is dealing with a lot of adversity off the field, and I think it is starting to galvanize this team. You're looking for something that could get this team together. Unfortunately, it's been a heartache, but at the same time, you've seen this team come united, and it's obviously been showing on the field as well.
Good show tonight, guys.
Indeed,
Let's wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Final score for you: Lamarque 24, Anahuac nothing. So 4, Lewis Perrin Jr. Anahuac 6. Give them a 6.
That's right.
We'll give that to them. So 4, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., Brandon Williams here. We'll see you next week out in Winnie for the game against East Chambers. So, guys, got to say it again. We've got a few more times to say this. Let's keep on saying it until we say it in mid-December. Cougars take state.